So it searches across. Good evening, everyone. My name is Likhil, and I'll be doing a demo for the platforms that Zerodha offers for trading today. If you have any questions, please let us know by typing into the live chat box on the right-hand side of the YouTube video. Before I begin, let me just tell you, in order to see my screen clearly, you have to set your YouTube stream quality to at least 480p or above that, right? Settings. Watch has a capacity. Zerodha offers for trading today. If you have any questions, please let us know by typing into the live chat box on the right-hand side of the YouTube video. Before I begin, let me just tell you, in order to see my screen clearly, you have to set your YouTube stream quality to at least 480p or above that, right? Settings. So that's about. I'll get started now. Firstly, this is Kite. Kite.zerodha.com is the URL, and you can trade from here, right? You'll just have to log in and trade. A link right here, so you can check out the Kite user manual if you have any doubts anytime you're trading, and get started. So once you open an account with Zerodha, you'll receive two emails: a welcome email and an email that gives you the password to your trading terminal. I have a subject line that reads "Welcome. Your name and your account has been opened with Zerodha." Right. So this is what the email looks like. You'll see your login ID and the password. This password is for the back office, that is q.zerodha.com, where you get all the reports of your trades, your trading behavior, and your trade book and all of that on a historical basis. You get all of this over here. This is a system-generated password. As you can see, you'll have to reset it the first time you log in. And the other email is the email which has the password to your trading terminal, that is Kite in this case, or Zerodha Pi or Nest. Right. So again, the username remains the same. The password will be different. Again, it will be a system-generated password. On your first login, you'll have to reset it. Right. The subject line here would read Zerodha user successfully added. Right. Now, moving on to Kite. So let me enter my ID here. Enter my password. Now I'm taken to the security question screen. So over here, I'll be asked two security questions. On your first login, as I said, you'll have to reset your password. Once that is done, you log in again, you'll be given a list of around 20 questions, out of which you'll have to answer any 5. Out of these 5 questions, any 2 will be asked you each time you want to log in, and these questions will have to be answered correctly for you to successfully log into the platform. This is just a 2-factor authentication step that is mandated by the exchanges. Right? So I've just logged into the trading terminal, Kite. This here on the right hand side is the this is the dashboard. right? Over here you see the margin available in your account for trading. This is your total account value. Total account value is essentially the opening balance for the day that you have. This is again the same for the commodities account. Equity and commodity funds cannot be mixed because that is mandated by the regulations. And so you see two separate values over here. Over here you get an overview of your portfolio. You see any holdings you have. So right now, as you can see, I have 11 holdings, 0 open positions and 0 pending orders. Over here you see a brief snapshot of your current holdings. Yeah, so I've invested 2,96,503 rupees 47 paise. The current value of my investments is 3,54,897 paise, 897 rupees and 82 paise. Right. So that's a profit of around 19.7%, which is 58,394 rupees 35 paise. Over here, this is a graphical representation of your holdings. Each tile represents one particular stock. So the bigger the tile, the more the investment in that particular stock is what it would indicate. This is the current value of these stocks. Investment value would show you how much you've originally invested in them. L will give you a brief overview of how each stock is performing. So the bigger the green tile, the higher the profit. The bigger the red tile, the higher the loss in that particular script. Right over here, if I had any open positions, they would show up over here. So right now, since I do not have any open positions, nothing here, or else you would see a horizontal bar graph showing you the size of the position and the profit or loss you are making on each of them. Right? Quite straightforward. Now, moving on to the market watch. This on the left hand side is the market watch. As you can see, over here you'll be seeing the live rates of any scripts you've added. You have 5 market watches available, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can switch between them by just clicking over here, like so. Right? So each market watch has a capacity of holding up to 20 scripts. So that's 20 to 500 scripts that you can monitor parallelly at any given point of time. Right? So over here now I've gone to an empty market watch. Over here. So I'll show you how to add scripts to the market watch. It's quite straightforward. This on top is a universal search bar. So it searches across exchanges, segments, and across scripts, right? So let's say I want to add the Nifty index. I type NIFTY Nifty space index. So this index that I type in is an extra filter that shows me only the indices wherein the term Nifty is available in the name, right? So these are all the indices available. Nifty 50 is what I wanted to add. So I can just click add to market watch here. So since the markets are currently closed, you won't see any live ticks over here, but there you go. That's a script there. Similarly, adding cash scripts is quite simple. Let's say I want to add Reliance. I type in Reliance. So over here on the right hand side, you'll see which exchange the ticker is for, right? So this is the NSE ticker and this is the BSE ticker, BEBL, and these are different series or categories in which scripts are, from time to time shifted between. So if tomorrow, for some reason, the Reliance volatility is too high or if the liquidity is too low, it would be shifted to the BE script. The details on how this works is given on the NSE website. You can check it out. Right, so this is the Reliance cash script that I've added. This is for the NSE ticker. Since you don't see any exchange, I'll again simply search for Reliance space BSE. So the space BSE is essentially an exchange filter which gives me all the scripts with the name Reliance on BSE. So I add the BSE ticker over here. So you can see very slight difference between the two. Right. Now let's add a few derivative contracts. Let's say I want to add the Nifty future contract. NIFTY space FUT. So this space FUT that I typed is essentially again a filter for searching only the future contracts. So the Nifty March future being the current month contract, I'll add this to the market watch like so. As you can see, this is the Nifty March future contract over here. Adding option contracts is again quite similar. I type in the name of the underlying. Then I type in the strike price I'm looking for. So the Nifty 9,000 call option or the put option, I can add either. So CE stands for call options, PE stands for put option. So let's say I want to add the call option, add it to my market watch. There you go. That's on the market watch. Similarly, searching for commodity scripts is also the same. Search for gold space MCX. It gives me all the gold contracts over here. right? Let's say I want to add the gold Apple future. Add it to my market watch like so, right? So all actions you take on a script will basically originate from the market watch itself. So the Nifty 50 not a tradable index, but you can check out the market depth. Since it's not traded, again, you would not see any depth of market, but you would just see the OHLC values for the script. And also invoke a chart from over here. More on charting later on in the course of this demo. We also have this stock widget that is available. So this is quite a nifty thing that was created by Smallcase. I'll show you what Smallcase is all about also shortly. So this is essentially giving me a brief understanding of what essentially Nifty is or what the script is. It's available for all NSE cash scripts right now, right? So as you can see, Nifty is an index. It's an NSE index, and all fundamental ratios are calculated using the index constituent data. So here you'll see the 1 month return for Nifty, 1 year return for Nifty, 52-week high and low, PE, PB, and dividend yield, right? So moving on to a cash script, if I look at the market watch, it would give me the top 5 bids and offers. Right now the markets are closed, so I don't see much, but I see the last offer here, right? So the HLC values are also shown over here. Again, I get the stock widget. It gives me a brief description of what the company does. A 1 year return, 1 month return, the beta, PE, dividend yield, 52-week high and low. Right. You also can see how many small cases this particular script is in over here. So as you can see, Reliance is currently included in one small case. Right. Similarly, if you look at the market depth for derivative contracts, you would also see the expiry date and you'd see the total volume traded. 2 extra fields that you would see. Option contracts, again the same thing as what you see for future contracts, right? Now, gold is currently trading, so let us look at the gold market depth. As you can see, the top 5 bids and offers, total traded volumes, and the expiry. You'll also see the OHLC values over here, right? Now, moving on to order placement. Now, before I actually place some orders, I'll move on to the order book over here. So this was the dashboard that you saw. Over here, I click on the order book and this opens the order book for the day. So every day the order book is reset after the markets close, and at the end of the day, we do a process that clears all of this, right? So if I have any open orders, they show up on the top half of this page, and executed orders or completed orders show on the bottom half. So these 2 orders I had cancelled, so they show up as cancelled orders over here. I can click on more information and see these details. So the order type, at what price I sent the order, order was placed by my own ID or by the RMS team in case of NSE, MIS square offs. I'll see the order ID at the exchange, the time it was sent to the exchange, the time the order was actually placed, and the status of the order, right? So let me place a few orders. So again, placing orders, as I said, all actions on a script start from the market watch, right? So let's say I want to buy Reliance. I click on buy. It opens up the order window. This is the order window you see over here. You'll see the live price or the last traded price for that script over here. You'll see your order specification. So let's say I sold 5. So 5 quantity I wanted to buy. So it changes to 5 over here, right? CNC and MIS are different product types offered at Zerodha. CNC is cash and carry. In case of cash scripts, it will be CNC. In case of derivatives, it will be NRML or normal, right? I will explain a normal product type to you shortly. So CNC or cash and carry is essentially a product type where you can buy and hold stocks indefinitely, right? MIS or margin intraday square off offers you some leverage when you're trading with stocks, but you will have to square off the position by 320. If you fail to square off the position by 320 before the markets close, the RMS team over here will square off your position, right? So on the left hand side, the product types. On the right hand side over here, you will see the order types that are available. Market orders execute at the current market price. Limit orders or LMT execute at a best price. So let's say currently Reliance is trading at 1259 rupees. I want to buy it only if it is available for 1250 rupees. What I would do is I would place a limit order at 1250 rupees, and if the price is achieved at the market, the order would be executed. this SL or stop loss orders. So these orders are basically triggered orders. So let's say the current market is at 1259 rupees. I want to buy this at 1300 rupees only. So I would place a trigger price at 1300 rupees and a price at 1305 paise. So this order would execute within this range only. This order would be sent to the exchange as a limit order at the trigger price of 1300 and it could execute as a limit order then. Right? SLM orders or stop loss market orders are essentially orders which wait for the trigger price to be achieved. Once the trigger price is hit, it will behave as a market order and would be filled as a market order only. Right? You have more options. Link over here, click on it. So you'll see this is a regular order. Click on bracket order. So this is a special order type which is exclusively available for intraday trading. You can put in a quantity, you can enter as a limit order. So let's say currently 1259 rupees is what Reliance is trading at, 1200 rupees, 1250 rupees is what I want to buy it at. That's what I put in. Trigger price and stop loss quantity are disabled. Right? Stop loss, let us say I have a maximum risk appetite of 50 rupees for this trade. I would do is I would place 50 rupees over here. So my stop loss would be set at 1200 rupees. Right? 1250 minus 50. So at 1200 rupees, the stop loss will be placed. You can also hover on these for here and see what each mean. Right? So let us say I want to book a profit of at least 100 rupees. Or I want to book a profit at 100 rupees. I place 100 over here. So that would mean my target is set at 1350 rupees. Right? I can also optionally set a trailing stop loss. What a trailing stop loss does is once I enter at 1250 rupees in this case, my stop loss would trail the markets if the markets were moving favorable to my trade. So if this is a buy trade, if the markets are moving upwards, the stop loss would trail the price based on whatever value I give here. So let's say the minimum value is 1. So I say 1 here, which means every movement upward in the markets, the stop loss would be moved up by 1 rupee. I can change this to 5. So every 5 rupee upward movement, the stop loss would be changed by 5 rupees and it would be incremented over there. So what would happen is, so over here, as you can see, my target is at 100 rupees, correct? Stop loss is at 50 rupees. I have a trailing stop loss. Let's make this easier at 10 rupees. So if the price of Reliance comes down to 1250, I buy it. Now, if it goes back up and it is at 1300 rupees, my stop loss would now be at 1250 rupees, which is 50 rupees less than 1300 rupees since the stop loss is trailing the current market price. So what would happen in this case is that even if the markets were to reverse and be unfavorable to me, I would still end up losing a lot lesser. I would end up losing 50 rupees lesser in this case. And the trailing stop loss has already taken the stop loss above my entry price. I would end up in a profit in any case. Right? We also have a cover order option. Cover orders allow you to enter at the current market price only, and you can specify a stop loss. The stop loss over here will be in the trigger price field. You can see that you are given a particular range, and a trigger price or a stop loss can only be placed within this range. Right? We also allow aftermarket orders at Zerodha. So aftermarket orders are essentially orders which are orders that are meant for people who cannot track the markets actively during the day, but just want to place orders at the end of the day. The orders are sent to the exchange in the morning and they are executed if the order parameters are met. So aftermarket orders can be of CNC or MIS type. So let's say I want to buy Reliance tomorrow morning at the market open. So at market price, I say market, one quantity. And if I click on buy, this order would come to our servers and stay here. Tomorrow morning at 9:01 a.m., this would be sent to the exchange in the pre-market session itself, and it would be filled based on the best match. Right? Similarly, I can place a limit order also. SL and SLM orders are not allowed for stop loss orders, right? Stop loss and stop loss market orders, that is, right? And if you are placing AMO for derivatives, that's for future or option contracts, they'll be sent to the exchange at 9:15 since derivatives don't trade in the pre-market session. AMOs can be placed between 4 p.m. and 9 a.m. anytime, right? For commodities, AMOs can be placed anytime during the day. So quite straightforward. Now let me place this AMO. Okay, I've been logged out. I guess I've logged in somewhere else, which is why I would have been logged out. Sure. So I was placing an AMO for Reliance, let's say at 1250 rupees. Say buy. So this order is placed here. So as you can see, this order is now an open order. Now, one thing you need to take care is if you're placing an AMO, we do not check for margins during the off market, right? Margin requirements are only checked in the morning. So if you do not have enough funds in your account, the order would be rejected, right? Something to make note of. So this is a buy type order, 1250 rupees CNC. Now I can edit this order. So modifying an order even during market hours will be the same thing. If the order is open, you can just click on edit and modify the order in which way you want to. You cannot change the product type that you have chosen. For that, you'll have to cancel the order and place it again. And only modify the order type and all of these other parameters. You can cancel the order over here. On cancel, yes. So the order is cancelled over here. You can see it is a cancelled AMO. Now moving on to holdings. So over here, all of the stocks that I currently hold will be shown. Right. So right now I have hold stocks for 11 scripts. So liquid Bs is one of them. I have 83 liquid B units. The average cost of buying was 1000 rupees 1 paise and the LTP was 999 rupees 99 paise. The current value is 82,999 rupees 17 paise. So that's a loss of 1 rupee 50 paise, right? So essentially liquid Bs doesn't move anywhere far away from 1000 rupees. So essentially just parked cash. So Cipla here, I have one stock. Average cost was 472 rupees 85 paise. The last traded price was 595 rupees 20 paise. So I am making 122 rupees profit over here, just one stock. So quite decent. The net change and the day's change will be shown over here. Similarly, all of these other stocks, I can sort them based on the quantity I own, based on the instrument, as in based alphabetically, based on the LTP, based on the average cost, based on the current value, based on the PNL change or days change. Right. So again, over here you'll see the total investment value, the current value of your investments and the PNL and a graphical representation of the same. Filter between all your holdings bought from Kite or Pi or Nest or your small case holdings. So small case holdings would be shown over here separately using this filter. If you hold any mutual funds, you can check them out by clicking on mutual funds over here. And this should be shown over here. Right. Any open positions would be shown over here in the open positions window. Currently, I do not have any open positions, so nothing would show up here. Right. Funds essentially shows you all the funds you have in your account, the margin available for trading, the margin used. A lot of times I get this question that margin use is negative. What does that mean? So margin use is negative would mean that your account is, so you've basically got some profit. So as soon as you realize any profit, that profit is given to you for trading. So that's the additional margin that you get. So margin used would show up as a negative number over here. To add funds to your account, just click on add funds over here. And there you go. This opens up the payment gateway. Select the bank. Select the account number. So the account number is mapped over here on the back end once you open your account. If you have multiple bank accounts, they would show up in this drop down over here. Make sure you're transferring from the right account to the right segment. So for equity, derivatives, and currencies, it will be one account. And for commodities, it's a separate segment altogether. Right? Let's say I want to transfer 10,000 rupees. I type in that number here and I click on submit. It gives me a pop-up that shows that this is the merchant reference number, and I click OK. It now takes me to the net banking page for my bank, in this case HDFC Bank. Over here I would have to enter my user ID and my password for the HDFC net banking and confirm the transfer. Drawing funds is quite simple. You click on fund withdraw, it would take you to Q, the back office, where you'll be able to withdraw your funds. Right. So fund withdrawal request will be placed before 7:30 p.m. in the evening will be processed the same day, and the funds will be credit to your bank account within 24 hours. If you place a withdrawal request after 7:30 p.m., the same withdrawal request would be processed the next day, and after it is processed within 24 hours, you will receive funds in your bank account. Right? So that is about it for Kite. The only thing I have glossed over was charting. So let me finish that for you. So charting is quite straightforward. As I said, you can invoke a chart from the market watch itself. Just hover on the script and click on chart. So this opens up the chart, as you can see over here, right? So this is a 5-minute candle chart for Reliance. I zoom up, I scroll up to zoom out, and I scroll down to zoom into the chart. Right? You can drag the chart along the x-axis in order to shift the time frame I'm looking at. I get this button over here to go to the latest candle as well. Right, so by default, your crosshair will be on. You can switch it off and just view the chart. If you want the crosshair, click on crosshair. So this is the crosshair you see, which tells you the exact position on each axis for wherever your mouse is pointing. Right. So if I move my crosshair to a particular candle, it would show me the OHLC values for that candle over here. Right. It would also show me the volume traded and the date and time the candle was formed. I can change the script over here itself. So all the scripts added to my market watch would show up over here. Let's say I want to look at the gold chart. Click on this. And there you go. So as you can see, this last candle right now is being formed. This is a live, gold is current. So the gold script is currently trading. So there's a live market and you'll be able to see this candle over here. I can change the time frame over here. So these are 1-minute candles that I'm looking at now, since I just changed it to 1 minute. Adding studies is quite simple. I click on studies here, and the most used studies are shown over here. You can click on show all and see a list of all the 99 studies we have available on Kite, and you can add any of them. So there you go. I've added a study over here. I can also add a moving average on the close. Period of 50 candles is what will be looked at. It's a simple moving average or an exponential moving average. I can change it over here. I can change the color of the moving average over here. I create, so a moving average is created over here. You can edit this moving average by right clicking on it and clicking on edit, and change the period to, let's say, the last 10 candles. So there you go. You see the moving average over here. I can again right click on it and delete it. So for indicators that are an overlay on the chart itself, you will have to right click and delete. Over here, for these indicators that are shown outside of the current chart, you can just click on the close button over here to delete. Over here, you will see the OHLC values for the script for the day, the total quantity, total buy quantity, sell quantity, average traded price, and the volume traded as well. Right. Now, moving on to Smallcase that I was talking about. So Smallcase is essentially a thematic investment platform. The website is smallcase.com. I can just go to Smallcase directly from the stock widget over here, click on Smallcase. So that would open up the Smallcase dashboard, right? So I've already logged in using my Kite ID. Let me log out and show you. So this is essentially the homepage for Smallcase, where you can buy or sell your thematic baskets. It's basically a long-term investment platform. Investing in stocks, and I don't know where to look. Smallcase would be a good place to start, right? So you click on start investing. It'll ask you to log in. If you have a Zerodha account already, you can log in using your Kite account. Click on login with Kite, and there you go. Since I've already logged in Kite over here, I've logged in automatically, or else I would have to enter my Kite ID and password, right? So these are the funds available. You can check out the platform, explore it over here. Click on find your Smallcase, and it shows me all of the thematic baskets that are created by Smallcase. So let us look at of these baskets. Right. So let us say I want to look at Magic Formula. Click on Magic Formula. This is a low cost version, by the way. So I see here there is a comparison between what would happen if I'd invested in Nifty 2 years ago and if I'd invested in this particular Smallcase. So clearly the Smallcase is overperforming Nifty by quite a lot. Right, this is essentially an index for this particular small case. And also change this to what would happen if I had invested in the small case 1 month ago, or 6 months ago, or 1 year, or 1 quarter. Right, and click on add to watch list here. So this small case would be added to my watch list over here. You can also check out the rationale behind the small case by clicking on read rationale over here. So it would show me. So for this magic formula, this particular small case, the return on capital employed allows us to understand how rupees in profit each rupee of capital employed generates. So essentially, how the small case was built is shown over here. How is the small case built? You can click on this and see more detailed explanation over here as well. Right? You can click on stocks and weights and see what stocks are present in this small case over here. Right? So you see the weightage that is given to each stock over here, and you also see a graphical breakdown of each segment that is included in the small case. So over here we have got metal and mining, we've got textiles, and we've got food products. Also customize the small case. So let's say I want, currently there's an equated small case, right? So the weight for each stock is the same. Also go for market cap weighted and see that NMDC has the highest market cap, so highest weightage over there. All the other small cases weighted accordingly. So you'll see the number of shares that would be bought for this particular small case, for this particular composition over here. I can also add stocks, or I can remove stocks over here as well. Rearranging stocks is quite simple. Now to remove stocks, I click on this cross over here. You can also reset it to original. So you see that this is the investment amount that would be required, right? Also edit the small case and create my own small case over here, right? I click on invest now. So since I've edited the small case, we require a new name. I just added this one over here. So over here, this shows you that this is the minimum investment amount required. Why is there a minimum investment amount? That is so that based on whatever weightage is given to each stock, you'll be able to buy at least one stock over here, right? So I click on confirm amount. So this is what would happen. I click on invest now. Now small case is only available between 9:59 and 3:30 p.m. So you can always place an order during market hours. Right? I click on remind me. So tomorrow I will receive a reminder email saying that I wanted to buy this small case. Quite simple, right? I click on create here, so I can create my own small cases over here, right? Add a stock. Let's say I want to add Reliance. Reliance over here. And I edit this to, let's say, energy. So don't add another stock. Say BPCL over here, and I move the stock into the energy segment again. So I want to add another stock like Infi, right? I add Infi over here. And let's say this is the IT sector, I call it. Now for weightage, I can go with an equated portfolio, or I can go with a market cap weighted portfolio, or I can also change the weightage given to each stock based on what I like. So quite straightforward, right? Right. So I guess that's all the time we have for tonight. If you have any questions, please let us know by typing into the live chat box, and we'll answer as many as possible right now. Logging off now. So we do these sessions every day. Tomorrow at 2:30, we'll see you again. Thank you guys. You've been an excellent audience.